Hello, hello, hello. It's IG to Chew. Hope you guys and gals are doing well. Today should be a fun video, and as you can see, it's based on the movie Weapons. This movie just came to streaming recently, so naturally I watched it, and I was really wanting to hate this movie. Like I really was. I wanted all the hype and all the acclaim that it got to just not be deserved, but unfortunately, it's pretty good movie. So to I forgot the director's name. He's one of the members of The Whitest Kids You Know. Kudos, because man, he did make an entertaining movie, and it fits right on in for the spooky season. It's better than I think he made Companion, which was the AI love movie thing. Wasn't particularly big a fan of that. I didn't really like Barbarian because of the ending. I thought a lot of Barbarian was good, but the ending left a lot to be desired. But we'll get more into the review. So get your snacks, get your popcorn, get your friends, and just sit back, relax, and enjoy. It didn't record my audio, so of course we are gonna do a take two. Because God forbid I do anything right the first time, right? Hello, welcome to my weapons review. I'm your host with the most, and as you can see, I got some Resident Evil 4 gameplay playing because the weapons director is making the Resident Evil movie. So if you don't know, the weapons director is from The Whitest Kids You Know. He's in the skit, was famously known, Black Doctor. He was riding his bike, and there's a lightning strike. He's a lightning strike. I can't even think of the rest of it. I did it perfectly the first time. Of course I did. Oh my goodness! I don't want to be stuck thinking of that. He's riding his bike, and there's a lightning strike. He reads real fast. He's good at science and math. Black Doctor. There we go. Oh my goodness. And then Trevor Moore famously is like, let me ask, where did he get the bike? He stole it. And he's like, that's what I thought. I don't think we're going to be going on with Black Doctor. And the one who says he stole it is the man who directed this movie. And from what I did in the last review, I went step by step why I like this movie. This is the worst app ever in Canva, so I lost all my audio. So I'm just gonna go through. I'm not even gonna go through a spoiler. I do want y'all to watch it. I'll go through brief highlights and I'll just go through brief plots. But as I was saying, he's gonna direct the Resident Evil movie, and from the way he directs houses and long corridor shots and silence and darkness, I think he could do a really good mansion scenario of Resident Evil. I think he could do way better than the Mila Jovovich Resident Evil movies, even though I am fond of them all. He can probably do a really good Manson Incident Resident Evil movies, which I hope he does, because the Resident Evil franchise has been dying for some good media. Even the Silent Hill movies have good movies. Yeah, the live action ones are not that bad. I recommend the Silent Hill movies for anyone who hasn't. I even like the CG Resident Evil movies, but that's not everyone's cup of tea. But point being, he's going to be the man to bring Resident Evil to the forefront again. So can't wait to see what he has in store for that. But that's not what we're talking about today. Talking about weapons. This movie is pretty darn good. I'll put it that way. I really wanted to hate this movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to hate this movie more than anything on God's green earth. I saw all the praise and all the acclaim and all the reviewers talking about how this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I wanted to be the odd man out, of course, because I'm just a loser. And I thought I'd be so cool to move and see how bad something is, but I can't say it's bad. I really enjoyed this movie. I've seen it twice and streamed since it started streaming, so we'll get into that. This movie, I just wanted to bring it up, is about grief because, as I stated earlier, this movie was based or written during the period when Trevor Moore had passed away. And if you don't know, Trevor Moore made Kitty History and a bunch of other things that may or may not made some people mad, and he happened to die under very mysterious circumstances. Rest in peace, Trevor Moore. We miss you, man. And he wrote this movie in that period of time where he died because, as he stated, it was such a sudden passing in his life of such an important person, and he didn't know how to literally didn't know how to grieve with it, and so he wrote this. And to spoil a little bit, the first dialogue scene in this movie goes into grief. It talks about how many people deal with grief through anger, sadness, drink, whatever the case may be. And that's the opening intro. So this movie is literally about grief and how all these characters, one another, go through grief. And let's see, I want to say there's 6 to 7 main characters in this movie. At least you focus on in this town. It's in Massachusetts. And they all get screen time, and all their stories interconnect. Kind of in like a Pulp Fiction way. It has a way of non-linear storytelling, which is my biggest complaint about this movie is the non-linear storytelling. And went because you go from one character's perspective from like a 3-day period to another character's perspective for their 3-day period, another character's perspective for their 3-day period, and you follow along all these characters from day 1 to day 3 until they all connect to one another at the end. I mean, it's cool. I mean, some people may have liked it. I wasn't so particularly fond of it, but we'll get more and more into that as I get into this review. I don't know if I'm going to get into spoilers as too much as like I did in the last time I recorded this audio because I kind of want y'all to see this movie. This movie's really good. So we'll see how much I go into it. So to start, this movie is again about grief. It starts with the opening scene, which is you may have not heard of my 28 years later because the audio sucked in that review. I'm sorry. But if you have, you know that I love me some good intros in horror movies. This movie is one of those good intros in horror movies. It starts with all the kids that were missing, 27 of them, just running into complete darkness. All I want to say at 2:37 in the morning, they all ran into the same direction, into complete darkness, never to be seen from again. Which leads into the scene where all the parents are at a parent-teacher conference, and they're pretty much on a witch hunt, scrutinizing the teacher who was a teacher of these students. They're holding her personally responsible for everything that's gone down since their kids have gone missing, which is leading her into despair. She's not in by any means a good character. She has her problems. She's an alcoholic. She does bad things, but her heart's in the right place. So she's not like despisable, despicable, maybe to some, misunderstood to others. But she's the main character, Ozark Lady. I've referred to her as. She's in the show Ozark. The only reason to watch the show, because everyone in that show fucking sucks. The show, the plot lines, the color grading, everything about Ozark was overrated and boring. Jason Bateman wanted to do Breaking Bad so bad, but Breaking Bad was just something. It was an anomaly in and of itself. But we can get into that some other time. But Ozark Lady, she was the person who worked with Jason Bateman in that show. She became one of the heads of the casino. She's the main character of this movie, and she does a fantastic job. She's a likable character. She's funny. She has quips. She's resourceful, and most importantly, she's strong. In all horror movies, your female lead should be strong, and she is no exception. You go through her 3-day period. or what you see she goes through, of how the people in town, how her drinking, how her relationships are pretty much on like a rocky tide because all her students went missing. We'll cut to Josh Brolin, who's the best character in this movie. He's dealing with this grief with not working. His work has just gone to shit. He's not all there mentally and emotionally. He's not communicating with his wife. He's sleeping in his son's bed. He's a shell of himself, and all he can think about is trying to find his son, which I mean most people would. And his grief is just from the fact that he just wanted to tell his son one last time that he loved him before he went missing, but he never got that opportunity to, and that one thing is just eating away at him. It's the same way Ozark Lady's grief is the way she can't process the fact that all these kids have gone lost. These students that she's seen every day, and she can't accept the fact that you're just gone like that. She can't process that. So these two individuals are connected just from the fact that they can't process that they lost these people in their lives. They both first don't like each other. They're very suspicious of one another, and they're at each other's heels until a certain circumstances appear to which he realizes she is not the one that he needs to be looking out for. Again, I went through like a whole spoiler scene by scene in the last time I was talking about this, but I'm not going to do that here. I want y'all to watch this. It's better off that you watch it because I may talk about one or two things here or there, but I recommend you watch this. I know it's just me rambling and raving too. I know I'm just a nut job sometimes. Nonetheless, let's continue on. We continue to the third character in this movie, which is the principal. The principal is the guy from Doctor Strange. He is one of his allies, and he's a really good actor. I like him in those movies. So seeing him as a breath of fresh air, he's another really good actor. So shout out to you, man. You're really good. As well as Josh Brolin. If you ever need an extra in a movie, just call me. I got you, man. So the principal gets a phone call from Ozark Lady, and she's like, "Oh, you need to go investigate this house because where Alex is staying, the only kid that didn't go missing from the 27, his house is suspicious, and she just wants him to have a welfare check place." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'll have a meeting with the parents," which he does, which leads you to meet Aunt Gladys, which is, I guess, the antagonist of this movie. You can say no spoiler to that. She's in all the promotion now. Everybody loves her. She's like a horror legend now. She's made it into a horror pantheon. Shout out to her. He has a meeting with her, into which he says, "I'm gonna have to call CPS whether or not you like it unless I talk to the parents." Cut to the next day, you meet at Gladys at the principal's house for no reason at all, and all hell breaks loose. I'm not gonna say how it goes down, but it involves black magic, rituals, spirituality, evil deities, and all kinds of things, and mind control. If I'm gonna let me Before I even get into it, I thought this movie was gonna be white version of Get Out with hypnotization because when I saw the trailers of her ringing the bell, I was like, oh, okay, I know what this movie's gonna be. The same way I got Get Out. It'll let me preference this by stating that when that movie's trailer dropped, Get Out, I guessed the whole movie. My best friend at the time thought I was bullshitting. He saw it opening day and he's like, "No, you're right. You guessed the entire movie, and I don't even know how you did it." And I was like, I just called it. So I saw the bell, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be like White Get Out, and they're gonna try so hard." But no, they created something in and of itself that's original and unique. So kudos to you, sir. If you don't want spoilers, this would be a good time to click off. But I will go into what this movie's about a little bit. Just the the control part, I guess you can say, the weapons part, where it comes from. Aunt Gladys has a tree, and you don't know nothing about this tree. All you know is she does seances, she does rituals, and she prays to this tree constantly. That's all you know about her. She's sick, she's dying, and I've heard no one bring this up, so I'm going to be the weirdo and bring this up. I like to think Aunt Gladys's tree. I'm sorry if I'm bumping. I'm in the car right now. I like to think Aunt Gladys's tree is a living deity because it's making her ill. And you never find out why she takes the kids. Spoiler, she's the one who had all the kids come to her. And the first time I watched this movie, I thought she kidnapped the kids just for a distraction so that everybody in town will be so focused on finding these kids that they won't worry about what's going on with Alex and his family. That was my first viewing. The second viewing, I thought, did she kidnap these kids or have this ritual in which all these kids came to her to feed a higher or a lower power in which so she can stay alive because she is dying of like cancer, or I don't even think it's cancer. I think whatever satanic power she's alluding to, or not alluding to, is controlling, is just killing her. Because the more you use it, the more it's draining from you, literally like a vampire. Her life essence is being drained from this satanic force, and the only way to even have any more time on this planet Earth is to take these kids and use them as a sacrifice. That's what I got from that. I'm like, holy shit, she's evil. Which she is. She's a evil individual, and she does anything and anything to maintain her power, which is horrifying because a character like this, she'll do anything in her power. Again, she shows it. I'm repeating myself, but she does. She shows what she's capable of, and she doesn't hesitate, which I like because most horror movies, characters like Misery, one of my favorites. Kathy Bates is very passive. She's very quiet. She's quiet, unassuming until she just reads about how he wants to kill Misery off, and then she's like, "You're fucking killed Misery? How dare you? Don't kill my Misery." She's not like that. She's quiet in the same way Kathy Bates is quiet, and not in a happy way. She's quiet in a dark and menacing way. And so the lady who plays Gladys, shout out to her. You deserve an Academy Award. But as I was going back to the tree has thorns, and what she does is she takes either bumping my phone. I'm sorry. She takes the tree. She cuts someone's hair because hair is a part of your life force. Essentially, it's a part of you. It's your essence. She wraps it around this branch, usually with some type of twine or name or anything that can bring this person together just to control them. So a name, ribbon, cloth, hairband, whatever. She wraps that around this branch. With her blood, she slices her hand around the branch so that it activates it essentially. And with that hair is the target, and with the whatever possession that you brought of that person, being that hairband or ribbon or whatever, that's what controls them. And once she snaps it, you become a weapon. And this is where I was like, I love this movie. This movie's won me over. It's just when she did that, I was like, oh my god. I like movies that deal with Satanism and black magic and evil. Not like the movie The Witch. The movie The Witch sucks. Like shit like that sucks. I'm not gonna watch that. Hereditary and Midsummer, they're done a little bit more right, but this movie is better than Hereditary and Midsummer. No offense to Ari Aster. I like your movies, but there's like a semblance of realism in this, where you can believe this happens. In Hereditary, it's like a time loop essentially. That's why the movie starts in the dollhouse. She's trapped in that dollhouse. She was never meant to get out. She's gonna always retain and live through these same circumstances over and over. Whereas in Midsummer, she becomes a part of the tribe. She becomes essentially, she's gonna become a maiden in which she has 47 kids for these weird Norwegian people. Shout out to Benzo, we love you. But that's what she does. She gives into her feeling because everyone in her past life screwed her over, from her friends to her family being murdered or suicided or whatever, unalived, whatever. YouTube's gonna ban me. Fuck them. It is what it is. It's like that. But with those movies, they're trying so hard to be serious and dark, whereas this is not. It kind of is good. This movie's funny. It has a lot of funniness. And this is where I'll cut to the other characters. There's a cop character and a homeless man character. The funniest parts of these movies are these two characters. Neither of them are likable characters. They say funny things, but they're not good people. The cop's dealing with his grief. because the only character who doesn't grieve in this movie is the principal. He doesn't have any grief. He feels bad that the kids are missing, but he doesn't really care, and that's why he's like the first of the body count. Spoiler. I won't go into anyhow more reason. I want you guys to watch and gals to watch this, so please do. The cop is dealing with the grief because these kids are missing. He's in a loveless marriage. He's mad. He's a former alcoholic, and he's just not liking his life. And he had a bad day on top of that, so like his world's just crumbling down. And he's driven by going back into liquor and adultery. The homeless character is dealing with grief by using methamphetamine and drugs, and you watch his downward spiral and his potential, I guess you can say, a redemption arc, which he almost has but doesn't. I don't want to spoil it. I did spoil it at the last part when I had all the audio recording. It was like an hour long. But for whatever reason, the Lord did not let that save, so we don't have that audio. That's why I was like, forget it. I don't want to spoil it. Just watch it. These two characters are so entwined in this movie, though, the cop and the drug addict. They, I just recommend you watch it. But all these characters, all four main characters, they deal with their own grief. To where I want to get to Alex. Alex is the most important character because he's the last kid who hadn't been taken, and you see his perspective of his life. I will go into a lot of his, I guess. All right, we'll see how much I will. But starting off with him, when you see him from the beginning of this, you see how happy and shiny and beautiful his life is with his parents. His life is normal. He's happy. He's a normal kid again. To whereas when you see as it gradually goes on with Gladys in his house, it gets more dirty, bluish hue. It's just depressing. Like his life just gets all the life has been sucked out of his life since she came, and it's visually represented and it's beautifully done. Spoiler, click off. Gladys gets a hold of his parents, and this is something else I don't see no one talk about. They briefly bring up that they don't even know if Gladys is really their family. Allow me to explain. That's his mother, Alex's mother's aunt, which is her sister, his mom's sister, or grandma's sister. Both his mother and his father state that they don't remember her. She wasn't at parties, weddings, graduation, bar mitzvahs. She wasn't at the football practice. She wasn't anywhere. Like no one knows her. Like she's persona non grata. And I like to think in my head canon, she's not even of this family. She's just using these people in order for her to have a vessel in which she can continue her magic. And that freaked me out because I'm like, damn, she might not even be his family. And again, Alex, when he meets her, he's not even sure of her because she's just a creepy old hag. Excuse my French. And Alex is dealing with his own grief. Because as I stated, he comes home one day. Actually, he doesn't even come home. This is really fucked me up actually watching this movie and just thinking about it does right now. He gets dropped off at school by his dad, and his dad's like, "I see you, love you, Axe man. Hope I'll pick you up after school or whatever." Cuts after school, and his dad's not there. Teacher comes and is like, "Alex, you okay? Everything?" He's like, "Nah, I missed the bus. I'll just walk home." And he walks home, and he sees that his mom and his dad are literally been taken over by the branch that Aunt Gladys is pretty much allotted to. It's like, oh, she controlled them. And what she did essentially on some evil shit is she knew that they were going to kick her out. She either A, discovered that they knew her secret, or B, because she's sick and dying, they just didn't want to take care of her because they don't like her. They were going to kick her out essentially. So she just took them over. And they're weapons now. And Alex is trying to deal with the fact that he's never going to see his parents again, or at least the way he remembers them as. Those happy, shiny, glowing people that he wants to talk to are just gone. And you can see even the acting in this kid's eyes is painful because it's like, damn, he knows. He's screaming for his mom and dad, and they won't answer him. And it hurts him. He has to. You can use a lot of it as symbolism too. because they are been weaponized. But he's feeding them. He's literally taking care of them. He even takes care of the kids. He's taking care of 29, maybe 30 other people, including Gladys. This kid has the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's like cleaning. He's feeding everybody. He's taking care of everything. He's trying to do the best he can. He's still a kid. He can't do everything, but he's trying. And that, again, that weight of the world is on his shoulders, and you really resonate to where we get to the point where he sees Ozark and Josh Brolin staring at him through the truck out the window. And I'll leave it at the third act there, because the third act is fantastic. I didn't get into any of the humor, all the funny things. I really want y'all to see this because this movie really surprised me. I really, really, really wanted to hate this movie. I did. I wanted to hate this movie, but I, honest to God, didn't. They did a really good job, or he did a really good job writing and editing this movie. So I'll just say the end of this movie has one of the best catharsis I've ever seen. You can tell when he wrote this, he let out a lot of his emotions, and it really shows. It's one of the best endings ever, especially dealing revolving around children. It is fantastic, and this is where I realize that he is fantastic for the role of a Resident Evil director. He has the right mindset for this. He Because Resident Evil is not just body horror; it's about the scares and it's about the psychology of it too. So I'll just say I hope you guys watch the ending or get to watch this film because I recommend it. And not only that, the spooky season's here, and I think it'll add to the umph of your spooky season. I It's just like The Substance. It's a movie that's different. Usually, I can bitch and complain about movies all the time. All the time. You would be really surprised how much I don't complain about movies. This movie was done so right that I couldn't not make this video. I have to recommend this to y'all. It's done so well. As someone that just watched all the Halloween movies back to back to back to back to back 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 back, back from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, H2O, Resurrection, Rob Zombies, and then the re-trilogy. Weapons is a better way to spend 2 hours. Not to say I don't like Halloween 1, 2, 3. Those are good. 4's alright. 5, 6 suck. 7's bad. H2O's bad. Resurrection has Buster Rhymes saying trick or treat, motherfucker. Happy fucking Halloween, Michael. Like that Kino. So that gets passed by me. I love the Rob Zombie 1 and 2. They're great. So they're good. The re-trilogy sucks. Halloween 2019 sucks. Halloween Kills is the best out of the three, which is because it's fucking funny, and I would love to talk about it one day. And Halloween Kills sucks. Just watch Weapons if you want to have a good spooky season, but I don't want to keep you guys and gals any longer. So thank you all for listening. Let's get into the outro. I just want to say thank you guys and gals for watching. It's fun to make, as well as fun to edit and learning how to do better things, as you can see. Patience is a virtue after all, so thank you for being patient with me. I have more streams, and the 50 subscriber Hogwarts Legacy stream is still in the works. I apologize. Just haven't been up to snuff. I just haven't feel like doing anything, to be quite honest with you, but I don't want to get into that. That's something for another time. I have other gameplays, I have other movie reviews, I have an Irate Gamer review in the works, I have a Silent Raw video as well. So I have some things lining up. I just wanted to do this because why not? It's spooky season and have some spooky movie reviews for y'all to listen to. So thank y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all and your existences in my life. I wouldn't know what to do without y'all. I apologize to those who've been trying to contact me and I haven't reached out. I'm not all there right now, but that's for another time. So till next time. Love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed. Hope your Halloweens are the best of all time, and I hope to see y'all again. Thank you. Love y'all.